What's up, guys? Welcome to the most important video that I've ever made on YouTube since I started. What can I say, man? I used to pray for times like this, bro. For real. 2 years ago, I started this shit, and now I'm actually getting results from it. So let's stop the yapping. Today, I'm gonna show you guys two things. First of all, yesterday I made $1,500 in my trading account. One of them, I requested a payout. And today, NFP Friday, which is the most dangerous day of the month, I made $2,000 in one trade, full TP, kinda. So I'm gonna walk you guys through the process of me actually, executing these trades, why I took them, why I managed to make money from them, how I view the markets, and how you should guys, trade funded accounts and get payouts from. So, yeah. Yesterday was actually a smoother day than today because today I didn't catch the whole move. I mean, I caught, top to bottom, but it was a riskier trade. Like, I didn't have enough structure. Versus on Thursday, which was the exact same setup around the exact same time in the day. It was an actually smoother day, even if I made $500 less. It was just an insane day. So yeah, let's get to it. So what I'm buying at the moment, Tuesday. There we go. So I'm gonna have ES on the side because ES is what I took the trade of. I mean, why I used ES to catch the trade on Nasdaq. So Nasdaq comes in the market opening. Let's go to the 5 minute because it was Oops. Yeah. So we open, we sweep these 6 a.m. highs, we displace lower. And now this is where the fun starts. I mark out London low and Asian low, relatively equal. They're relatively close to each other, like 20 points. And we also have part of this 1 hour gap that we haven't filled yet. We have filled it here, but, part of it remains unopened. So what I'm eyeing is Nasdaq takes both of these, takes the gap, the big deeper. It digs deeper in the gap, and then ES also takes these equal lows, the one Asian low and one London low that are exactly at the same price tag, 6,458.5. So I'm not doing anything before ES takes the low because it is. Doesn't make sense to me. Why would Nasdaq and ES reverse if ES hasn't taken the most obvious liquidity pool of the whole day, right? So as soon as we nuke and we take the lows on Nasdaq, I'm eyeing this 1 minute gap right here that gets inversed, but I did not take the trade because ES hadn't taken the lows yet. Now we get a deeper retracement to the downside, taking this low, taking this wick. ES finally takes the equal lows, taps in his 1 hour order block, and now we get proper displacement to the upside, way clean of an inversion right here. This is what I get my entry stop loss around here, 21 points. I risked heavily on this because it was an A+ setup, and I held to full TP right here at this wick almost right here. I'm gonna show you guys the P&L tag from my Express account if you guys don't believe that I actually made money. So what happened through this trade is that as soon as we were approaching TP, we tap in this 1 minute gap, and then we started displacing to the downside, just topping up. And as soon as I actually didn't hit TP here, I hit it right here. And as soon as we go literally 3 points away from my TP, we edge as fuck, like boom, nuke. I was actually stressing, but I was trusting my analysis and the way that I've predicted today's price action. So we finally hit TP. It took me around 1 hour for this trade to finish. Hit full TP, made 1,500. End of the day, requested the payout because I had completed the 5 days, the 5 winning days. I'm on top step at this point of time, so I requested a fat payout. I got it. I literally got it like 1 hour ago on my bank. So yeah, that's smooth. Now let's see today's trade, because today's trade was actually way more like philosophical. I don't know how to explain this, but today's trade was actually beautiful because I waited for around 2 hours. Okay, so what happened is we had NFP, right? So I marked out the low, NFP low, and we obviously take it as soon as market opens. I wasn't seeing anything until we took out the low. So we just started nuking through the downside, getting zero retracement, zero anything, just pure nuke to the downside. And the reason that happened is because overnight, from yesterday's PM session to London to Asian, we left all these 1 hour unfilled gaps. And when price moves to such an upside direction with no retracements and leaves all of these unmitigated fair value gaps, that means that at some point of time, most likely during the New York session, it's gonna come and refill all of these. The trade that I took today, it was the I was using the exact same liquidity pools that I was using on ES yesterday. So ES had this 10 a.m. low from Thursday and this Asian low from Wednesday. So these equal lows from Wednesday on Asian session. So what I'm eyeing is that, okay, what the fuck are we doing? Nasdaq is now taking the discounted from this low that caused this whole leg up, swing low. We are, we have the swing high and the swing low of this price leg. Nasdaq has to tap this 4 hour gap because it's in discount. This fair value gap, the 4 hour, is in premium because it's above the 50% mark of this whole leg. Nasdaq has to tap this 4 hour gap along with this aura block. And at the same time, ES was taking yesterday's Asian low. So this is enough for me. So what I do is that I'm marking out all of these, and as soon as I see ES wicking the gap in the low, I get a 30-second inversion gap. I can't see it right now on my screen, but I get a 30-second right here. Stop loss below the body. I was trying to front on this 1 minute gap. Somebody could also long here with a stop loss here. He would have won. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to front run by longing the rotation relatively early, but it was a crazy risk to reward, like 104. I was risking about $500 and I made $2,000 on my express. So I pretty much have guaranteed another $2,000 to $3,000 in the next week. And September hasn't even started yet. So let this be a lesson for you guys. Never quit. And it was actually so insane, bro, how in August I couldn't get a single payout because the price action was just, I hit like an insane trade like this one, and then the next 4 trading days, even if I took A+ setups, they didn't work because August was insane. So now we're in September and I'm already printing. So what I ended up doing with this trade is, first of all, we had this 1055 swing high that price, as soon as we printed this high, it rejected to the downside. So as soon as we tap it, I scale out around 30% of my position. It was on 10 micros, 1 mini, so I took out 3 micros here. And then what I ended up doing is that I didn't close it, but I marked out this 665 area, 666, because it was a 15-minute gap right here that we haven't tapped into. We've already inversed this 15-minute, but now our next 15-minute is this here. So what I'm doing is that I mark out the gap, and then as soon as we tap it and we start rejecting to the downside, inverting this 1 minute, I just closed out my position like right here, and then I averaged about $2,040 from this trade. So nice little 2K day. My payout arrived like 1 hour ago when I was outside. So insane feeling, boys. Yeah, these were the 2 trades that I took. Insane week, bro. I'm up like $4,000 this week on my funded. It's insane because I'm not even risking much. So yeah. And anyway, what I wanted you guys to get from this video is that you have to risk more in the setups that you feel confident in, because when you full pour, or when not full pour, when you like risk heavier than usual on a setup, you don't realize, but your mind is actually making you risk more, because this setup is more likely to work because of the data that you have. I've made a lot of money trading these reversals. High time frame liquidity pools aligned with higher time frame untapped gaps, aligned with a 1 minute or a 30-second inversion. These are my most profitable trades, so that's why I risked heavy today and yesterday, and I managed to make $3,500 in 2 trading days. And I'm eligible for a payout. I took it, and I'm gonna be eligible in the next 4 trading days if I manage to fulfill the rule Top Step has. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and you actually learned something from it. I'm gonna keep posting my trades and stuff. So peace.